the Boolean relation at the output stage y for the following circuit is. You can see the inputs are marked here A, B, and the output is marked here as y. Now we need to write the Boolean equation, and for that we need to analyze what is the logic operation carried out by the circuit. And if you see this one, you can see the circuit has got one section where there are switches and two diodes connected, and there is another section where there is a transistor connected. Okay, and these points, the ground or the earthing connection, so that is actually common for all of them. So if you see those connections in a circuit with those earthing connections, don't worry, just imagine that these are actually interconnected. So these are actually interconnected like this. Okay, all of them are interconnected. Now see the transistor part of that one. The transistor part, you can see there is a transistor. The base is connected to the output from the diode, and across the collector there is plus 5 volt, and across the emitter is connected to the ground. Now we can see that the output is taken between the terminals collector and emitter. This is where we take the output. Okay, now you need to think about two conditions. If the transistor is conducting, that means a current from the collector goes through the base to the emitter. If there is a current from the collector like this, flow like this, then this point and this point where you take the output will be having almost the same potential. Okay, so when there is a current, the potential difference between these 2 points will become very, very less. That means V out will become minimum. This will become minimum when there is a current. What is the logic of this one? Think about 2 points and there is a small resistance. 2 points and very small resistance. And if you take the voltage across that one, we know the voltage is nothing but I into R. And if R is very small, the voltage will also be very small. When a transistor is conducting, the resistance across that is very, very small. That's why the voltage across that will become minimum. So understand that here Y is the output. Y will be minimum when the transistor is conducting. When will the transistor conduct? For this, the transistor base should be having a high value. You should supply a voltage at the base, only then the transistor will conduct. So if you give a high voltage, a larger high voltage here, then only transistor will conduct. And when transistor conducts, output will be minimum. So if you can say, if you give a high input at the base, then the voltage across that will be low. So instead of calling it as minimum, I can call it as low. Now think, the transistor is not conducting. If the transistor is not conducting, that means the resistance between the terminals here is very high, and output voltage is almost equal to plus 5 volt. There is no current, so the voltage will be equal to plus 5 volt. Transistor not conducting, output will be high. And when will the transistor not conduct? And when the input is base voltage is not available. Suppose the base voltage given is low, then transistor will not conduct, and the voltage drop here will be equal to plus 5 volt. Okay, so in a nutshell, I can say the working of the transistor in the circuit will be like this. What is that? If the input here, if the input of the transistor is high, if the input of transistor is high, you can call it as logical 1, then the output is low, which is logical 0. If the input is 0, output is high. So this transistor is acting like a NOT gate. Okay, for a NOT gate, you can write the Y output will be equal to whatever input you give, A bar. Y is equal to A bar, complement. Input high, output low, output high. So the working of the transistor here is a NOT gate. Okay, hope that's clear. Now let us discuss the input part of the circuit. In the input part, you can see there is a 5 voltage supply, there is a battery 5 volt, which is connected through switches A and B. It is connected through a switch A. then through a switch B to two diodes, and this side is given to the transistor. So this is given to the transistor. So this voltage or current, whatever available here, I'll call it as Y1. I'll call it as Y1. It's an intermediate output. This is diode D1, this is diode D2, and you can see that there is a resistor connected here. So this is called as input A, this is called as input B. Okay. Here the output Y1 is actually the voltage across this resistor R. And for getting a voltage across the resistor, you need a current flowing in that one. Okay, and that current should come from the diodes, and the diode should get the current from the battery. Okay. But if the switch A and B are open, then the diodes are not biased, there will be no current and there will be no output. Okay. So I can say if I am keeping A 0, B 0, that means the switch is not connected. Switch is not connected. Then the output Y1 will be 0. Reason: A is not connected, B is not connected, diode D1 will not conduct, diode D2 will not conduct, so there will be no current through the resistor R, so there will be no voltage across R. That is the output Y1 is equal to 0. But what will happen if we close A? If we close A, then the diode D1 is forward biased, and that will produce a current from the battery. A current will flow through the switch A, through diode D1, and then through this resistor R and back to the supply. This will produce a voltage across R, and Y1 will be a high voltage. So we can say A is on 1, B is still open 0, but you will get Y1, there is an output. On the other hand, if you keep A open and close B, what will happen? If you close B, then the diode D2 will conduct. So you can say A will be equal to 0, but B is equal to 1, you will get a voltage in the output 1. What will happen if both of them are connected? If both are connected, then A will also produce D1 will conduct, and B is equal to 1, D2 will conduct, and you will get a Y1 equal to 1. See, the voltages available when both the switches are open will be a little higher voltage, because the current will be less resistance. Okay, but you don't have to worry about that one. Just to think whether input is low, output is high, etc. And this truth table is that of logic OR gate. This is the logic truth table of OR gate. And for OR gate, how to write the Boolean expression for the output? Output is Y1 and inputs are A and B. Boolean expression say A or B is indicated with a plus. So Y1 equal to A plus B. That is the output here. This is nothing but A plus B. Okay. So now we have understood what is happening in the circuit. So there is an OR gate and the transistor is acting like a NOT gate. So the output of OR gate is given to the input of NOT gate. So this can be represented by the symbol. This is the first OR gate where you give A and B are the input, and this output is what we call as Y1, and that is given to the input of the NOT gate. So the output of NOT gate is the complement of Y1. But we know Y1 is equal to A plus B. Y1 is equal to A plus B. So Y is equal to A plus B complemented, because A plus B is Y1. This is given by Boolean expression. This is A complement dot B complement. So this is the output of the circuit, A complement dot B complement. It is exactly like using a NAND gate, using an AND gate where the inputs are A complement and B complement. So that is the final answer.